Leslie, are you ready for some word association?
Yes.
Fish.
Bowl.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
All right,
Come on, Leslie. You can do better than that.
All right, let's try again. Brick.
House.
Oh my god.
This Leslie.
is gross.
You said I have a typical brain.
Yeah. All right, you ready?
Just letting it all hang.
French.
Pipe.
French pipe.
You look terrified.
She's like, horn. No, don't say horn. Pipe. Ah!
3, 2, 1. Welcome to Credit Zero.
This is...
Speak in French. Go. Daryl, Dean.
Ce n'est pas
No, not what we've been saying. All right, hey, hold on. Here we go.
No, don't butcher what we said.
Et bonjour, monsieur.
bonjour.
Comment ça va aujourd'hui?
Comment ça va bien et toi?
Comme c'est comme ça. Je veux aller à la bibliothèque aujourd'hui. Est-ce que tu veux marcher à la bibliothèque avec moi ce soir?
Je ne pas marche aujourd'hui.
You're not a walk. Je n'aime pas du marché. You fucking Philistine.
Je n'aime pas marcher. No.
It could be du marché, couldn't it? Yeah, the act of walking. Du marché.
Du marché? No.
Du
If you're gonna do it like that, it's de marché, but...
Okay, de marché, not du marché.
Oh, you got...
You could still say de marché, can't you? I've heard people in French. I live with a guy whose first language was French. He said that once. Maybe he's weird.
Can we talk about movies? That's way better than this.
That's the cold open right there. Drew, you get to open.
All right, hey everybody, it's me, Drew, and you're listening to...
The rest of these assholes.
We're all here together for After School Arcades podcast.
What are our names? You say our names and then I'll say something.
Credit Zero. Our names are...
No, you say the names.
You say the name
Fine.
and then I'll say something in response.
Our names are Daryl,
Yes, that's my name.
Leslie,
Ayo.
Luke,
Ha.
and Paul,
Hi, how's it going?
also known as Tweed on
Yeah.
Twitch.
I guess.
He has an internet personality.
I am an internet personality and nothing more.
You only exist on the internet.
Speaking of only existing on the internet, happy Easter, Drew. What did you do this week?
I met Techno Jesus.
I'm sorry.
What does that mean?
He's the Jesus
You're
of the
starting
internet.
early with this
Yep,
stupid
I
bullshit.
know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Two oldest guys in the room.
Woo!
We
It's
were
like
around
techno-
for Jesus.
Like Techno Viking. You know Techno Viking, right?
Sorry. Oh, like music.
Yeah.
Is it
First of all,
Viking
get
that's
closer
fancy?
if you're gonna be like... Get closer. You don't project, asshole. You're gonna stop projecting soon.
Scoot your boot.
All right. Yeah, Techno Viking is just, it's a guy who, like, first of all, it looks like he wards off some sort of, like, a sexual advance from something that happened in the background. He, like,
I'll
points,
pay you in sexual advance. Sorry, go on.
and then he, like, points at them, and then they, like,
Oh, I
walk
know
away.
that.
And then once the person leaves, then he starts dancing.
Sorry,
And it's
Techno
beautiful.
Jesus is a guy in the sexual advance who points at people, and then once they leave, starts dancing, and you guys paid money to see him.
That's Techno Viking. It's like Techno Jesus.
I am
but
so confused.
What Daryl is saying is that he recognizes a reference called Techno Viking, which he assumes that Drew is talking about in relation to Techno Jesus.
And is he?
Just really broke that down to its component parts. It's very impressive, Luke.
I'm very
You've
stupid.
got a very good analytical
I
brain.
need things like fed to me. You said that like not breaking eye contact.
Oh man, you being sincere is really fun.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, you being sincere is probably one of my favorite parts of this podcast, especially when you're telling a story.
Am I insincere that often?
No. It's,
Anyway, that time I met Techno Jesus.
Yeah. So what happened
You're
when
being
you...
insincere.
Yeah, what happened when you met Techno Jesus?
Well, the thing is about Jesus is he was gone for 3 days, right? He was
Yeah,
like
he was-
sleeping.
He's
or
been
something.
gone for more than that.
That's true. That's true. Actually.
now he has.
Have you heard the theory that so when he was crucified, he said, "I will return after the Roman Empire is fallen," And there's a guy, I think he's some author, and he's like, the reason why he hasn't come back is that we're still under the Roman Empire.
Oh fuck.
Conspiracy.
That it's just.
I
that
feel
it's
like
just
that
shifted.
author is. I feel like that author is wrong.
Yeah.
Hot take.
The
Yeah.
Roman Empire is now Italy.
I feel like it's more like a fun thing to say.
There's like
just neat trivia.
It's just like a cool thing that he put in his book.
You know the Bible better than me.
Yeah.
So Jesus was gone for 3 days,
Yep.
and
He's
then
good. He's good.
moved
Holy
the boulder,
shit.
whatever,
That's
and he like
impressive,
came
sir.
back,
He
right?
moved the boulder?
Yep.
No,
No,
I thought
he-
he was crucified. How was he able to move the boulder?
He was buried in a cave.
he was buried in a cave, or he was just like seen in a cave.
just thinks he's a prophet.
He was one of many prophets.
Okay, well, you know, in the
gonna say
Quran,
fucking
He just died.
But like what? So but then he disappeared. So what? Like was he? What happened?
Okay,
Did he
so
die again?
it was
No, no, no.
divine intervention.
What happened
okay.
after he came
So
out?
he
the wine
came out
intervention.
and he
He was like, I'm gay.
he
Yeah, he moved the boulder from his ass.
the homophobe of this podcast.
that's what the evangelicals don't understand is that Jesus was actually gay.
Yeah.
He could have been.
Yeah, he
Like,
could
wasn't
have
the
been.
whole thing like there's a popular theory that's circulating now, but I also heard it back in the day that washing someone's feet was old world slang for both having sex and legitimately washing someone's feet, which sure seems like it would
paired together.
Yeah, it sure seems no like separate things. Like basically
Oh, like
saying,
it could be used interchangeably.
Exactly, yeah. So it could mean literal, but it also could mean like they did the oingy boingy.
Oh, so it's
But,
like washing someone's feet was like year 33 Palestine talk for like a tea room, basically.
Wow, man. You took that reference to a new level.
You really are the everyman's nightmare.
Anyway,
Yeah, so washing someone's feet, it could be referred to as literally washing someone's feet because they needed to back then. Thank God we got rid of that. And also like having the naughty talk. But like Jesus washed the feet of like all of his apostles.
It was a lot of feet washing.
So like even back in the day, but also especially now, people are like, yeah, Jesus probably just fucked his apostles. It wasn't bad back then. Roman Empire, right?
Yeah.
So like it's very good chance that Jesus totally was bi.
well, the theological explanation that I heard growing up was that the reason he did that is because that was a duty for slaves, and it was an act of humility for his to wash his feet's apostle,
Yeah.
or the apostles of his feet,
Like
his feet's apostles.
being a good king is serving your community, not ruling over
He
them.
fucked slaves too?
No,
Is what
he
I heard?
was a slave and he fucked them
Okay, cool.
as a
So
slave.
it's fine,
He
'cause
was
they were
their
both
slave.
Can you
slaves.
imagine
He's
if
their
it came
piss
out that
pig.
Jesus owned slaves? That would be like the biggest moral crisis.
They're trying to cancel Jesus. No, what he did was that he confronted people literally. He's like, "Yo, you old fuckers didn't believe in me." No, he hung around for 40 days and then he ascended to heaven.
Okay.
So he did
Man,
a
they
couple
love
of
the
things.
number 40.
Around for
Yeah,
40
that's why
days.
they call him. That's why they call
The 40-day boy.
Jesus is like your couch surfing friend.
Yeah,
He
I'll
hung
be gone
around-
next week.
He
I promise I won't be here
He
long.
hung around for 40 days, ascended to heaven, and then you didn't hear of him again. But like a couple people in Bohemia were like, "Yeah, I saw him last week, bro."
yeah.
Like
no.
Elvis.
Yeah.
That's why they called one of the
Jesus, take it out with Elvis.
I need to stop agreeing to the things that you say in response.
Just immediately.
It's been 3 podcasts in a row now where you have said something and I'm like, yeah, what?
One of the things that they call one of the Thomases Thomas the Doubter because he didn't think that he didn't think that was Jesus. He
was
like
no-
came up to him and he's like, "Look at the hole in my fucking hand, asshole."
Put your finger
and he's
in
like,
it.
"No." He's like, "No."
Was that any relation to Thomas the, what was his name? Thomas the teacher?
There's Thomas the Doubter and Thomas the Twin.
And Thomas the tank engine.
No.
Oh my god, I never put it together. What if like Thomas the tank engine is like a biblical thing? What if he was Thomas
What?
the doubtful? Come on, think about
Well,
it.
I
Think
do
about it.
not know the plot of Thomas the Tank Engine.
Well, now we
okay?
gotta watch it back and look for like religious
Dude, let's do a
undertones.
watch along.
Look for some
What
allegories.
are the other, if I swear to God, you know apostles' names, yes?
Yeah.
Good, alright, I'm looking up Thomas
Percy?
the tank engine.
Percy?
No, we all remember
Okay.
Percy. Percy's like the self-insert of the author. We all know this.
That's a thing on Twitch right now, right? Is like watching TV shows or whatever with your stream. Can we do that with Thomas the Tank Engine?
Oh, it's a stupid thing on Twitch. I hate it.
You get DMCA'd immediately.
You get DMCA, but also like it's so derivative. At least in video games streaming, like you're doing your own way of playing the video game.
Yeah, no, it's the culmination of like React channels for sure.
James, King James. Yeah, we're good so far.
Yep.
Edward?
No.
Okay. Gordon?
No. No.
Okay. Henry?
No.
Cranky?
No.
Sir Topham Hatt?
that was what they used to call Judas.
You know what I love about Sir Topham Hatt?
Cranky is Pontius Pilate. Sure.
You know what I love about Sir Topham Hatt?
What?
You'll never guess what he was named before Sir Topham Hatt.
What's that?
The Fat,
Fat
Controller.
controller.
Leslie just knows. It's part of her childhood.
Oh, all right. I want to find out what Sir Topham Hatt's canon first name is. It can't just be Sir.
I like how there was Thomas the Doubter and Thomas the Twin, and they literally called Thomas the Twin because Thomas means twin, and he was the other Thomas.
So he's just twin?
He's literally like the
Wait,
other one.
does
There's Thomas the Doubter who has a definite identity,
And it's Thomas's brother.
And it's just the other Thomas. It's Thomas L.
Thomas the twin.
It's the other kid in class named
Oh,
Thomas.
that's so sad.
Yeah.
You know what's
Must have
weird?
been so bitter.
Yeah.
You know what's weird? Thomas the Tank Engine has been voiced by George Harrison,
Yeah.
Ringo Starr, and can you guess who else?
Oh, well, I know this answer.
John Lennon.
No, George Carlin.
Yeah.
George Carlin,
George
really?
Carlin was, yeah, he was on Thomas the Tank Engine.
And then Thomas the Tank Engine said shitty fuck.
Here, the 7 words you can't say on Thomas the Tank Engine.
Cranky. I've watched George Carlin back. People overhype him a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, he's good. He's good.
Yeah.
But, like, people overhype him a bit.
There's not a lot of comedy that ages really well.
That's fair, actually.
Like, yeah,
The only
it's always
one that-
in the moment.
you ever read a Shakespeare comedy?
I fucking hate that guy.
It's so dark.
I mean, I don't.
The only comedy from that era that I really like is Steve Martin. Like the
From Shakespeare's era? He
Yeah.
was that old?
Yeah.
Steve Martin! What did Steve Martin do?
He did stand up.
Oh wait, was he
Luke.
the guy that did the Pink Panther?
Please tell us.
Yeah.
Please
He-
tell
I
us
hate him.
Well,
him.
he was a legend for like he was like a fucking rock star for like 7 years. Then he's like, no, I don't do that anymore. I have panic attacks, and now he writes
right.
essays for the New Yorker.
Great. Thank you.
What a career.
Like he's such a boring guy compared to like how influential he was. It'd be like fucking like
You scared of aging?
sometimes.
Are you scared
Severely.
of like aging and sorry?
Oh, severely.
Are you scared of aging and ending up like Steve Martin, where like you do something amazing in like say your 30s? That's another reason why I'm like not rushing to create something amazing. Because think about this: you
wanna
create
hit
something
your high point.
amazing in like your late 20s, early 30s,
Yeah.
and you never measure up to it again, and you have to deal with yourself both creatively and literally slowly deteriorating with time.
Yeah, I don't want to. Yeah, at least Steve Martin is like people still respect him and he's rich as shit.
I
He
hate
does
him,
not-
and I stole his money.
So he's fine.
I
and
guess-
he still does stuff every once in a while. He's still funny. He's just not nearly as funny as he was in like 1979.
Yeah, but he was funny for that time. That 1979 comedy does not stack up to today's standards.
Better than George Carlin. Though.
There's some
No, I think it's on par. to be
There are
honest.
some things that are like weirdly relevant. Like everyone talks about, oh, Citizen Kane. Who gives a shit about Citizen Kane?
No.
Meanwhile, like I watched it the other day.
Yeah.
It's really like it
Yeah.
feels like it was made in more modern times. It's actually kind of scary how modern it feels.
Yeah, well, it's about like a rich guy.
Yeah.
So that's
I guess
it's
that is
important.
relevant.
Yeah, it's basically a skewer of a rich dude.
And like in terms of shows, I like me some Night Court. It has a lot of like dated references, but it just comes across as a very like avant-garde, wholesome comedy today.
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh.
and that is one thing about like media, television, movies, that sort of thing.
Television.
Like, you know what I'm talking about.
Radio.
It's
Cast.
usually made by a group of people, and so there's a lot of bouncing of ideas, right? If it's like a stand-up comedian, that's a lot of that is their stuff.
Yeah.
A lot of that is just them coming out.
Do you think a good stand-up comedian should bounce their stuff off of like? Do you think they should have like a group of writers, or do you think a pure stand-up comedian is someone who only
hard
uses
question.
their own stuff and maybe risks that sort of like, oh, I'm not like polished.
I think it should be just them. I think it should be just their stuff because
fucking
it's
Dylan.
it's
Yeah,
just
like,
them
that's your
talking.
opinion.
It's not a comedy troupe. It's not Mad TV. It's not SNL.
Wait. What else is in it like?
I don't have any others.
Those are
No,
things.
do it.
Oh, it's not the Royal Canadian Air Farce.
Sweet
but-
local
Wow,
reference.
what a yeah. What a,
what other
You didn't think
things
of
is
like
it not like?
you didn't think of like Mr. Show or something like that?
I was thinking you should name things that have nothing to do with
like
it.
it's not like a dog.
It's not like a train.
Yeah.
It's not like the Peloponnesian War. It's stand-up comedy.
Yeah, I know that hurt me too.
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I was gonna say you were talking about like writer's room and stuff, and like a group
Writer
of writers.
room.
I
Like
was
most
talking
stand-up
about no
comedians,
such
like
I was
go
thinking
to you were the one that mentioned it, whatever. You go to like bars or whatever, or like shows, and like test out things and workshop it, and like try multiple different ways to make sure it works.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
when you say like George Carlin wasn't as funny now.
Well, I say George because I pronounce it correctly, but go on.
Like George. Like George Carlin.
Oh my god, George Carlin!
I remember that meme.
You know, whatever comedian you don't find funny, it's they tell those jokes because they told them in front of people and people laughed. Like it worked at the time, or it worked in front of that specific audience. Is what I mean. Like we were talking about subjective things earlier.
There's
like,
got to be
they're
like
still
mountains
funny.
of tapes of failed comedians.
Oh yeah, I bet like cell phones.
Actually,
and
you
shit.
watch them. You go on r/cringe and occasionally like, or sometimes r/cringetopia and like share and share posts with us going, "What do you guys think of this?" And I go like, "I think he embarrassed himself."
Question for
When
the
I said you, I pointed at Daryl. I just realized that could get lost in translation, and I want you to face your demons.
I love the dark side of Reddit. What are you talking about?
I don't like how you like cringe and you laugh a lot during our podcast when we record.
What does that
No
say?
connection. No
Question
connection.
for the group. Some people say that like the reason why Steve Martin ages so well as he does is because it's fucking...
You're the only one that's saying that.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
I'm on Daryl's side about this.
No, I'm not.
I'm Team Daryl.
No.
No, Luke also goes
No,
on
you're
Reddit. r/Steve Martin, and everybody's saying it.
I'm the moderator of r/Steve Martin. So one of the reasons why people think that, or at least comedy in general, is that the comedies that age the best are the least timely. Like they're the most like kind
Yeah,
of
they're the
silly.
most universal.
Yeah, like they have nothing to do with what they're made.
They don't
about.
comment
I will
on
say
politics
as well,
or whatever.
Yeah.
This might have to. This might accidentally answer your question. I'll also say the Three Stooges have aged terribly.
Yeah, they fucking suck
They
ass.
are. It's the only thing. You know, I've got a list of things that I want to watch.
Yeah.
The Three Stooges was genuinely the one thing that was on my list that I started and refused to finish.
Yeah, fucking
It's just
Really? Was that
It
unenjoyable?
was insulting how unfunny it was.
Yeah.
like
imagine.
slapstick unfunny? Like
It was not just slapstick. I sometimes enjoy some slapstick if it's done correctly. I really enjoyed Les Vacances de Monsieur Hulot.
oh god, more French.
It's
Mr.
Tati.
Hulot's Holiday. Yes,
Tati.
Jacques Tati, who also made Playtime, another Monsieur Hulot classique. It got ate by a lot of movies. If you've seen slapstick, you've probably seen Jacques Tati, but just don't know that
Fair
you
enough.
have.
Fair enough.
It's Bean before Bean.
Yeah, actually, yeah. No, yeah. Realistically, yeah.
Yeah, he took a lot from Tati.
But yeah, fucking the Three Stooges. I don't think. You know how like we do improv, right? The first
We
time we
do?
mentioned it in this podcast. 20 minutes in, everybody. You know how sometimes you'll watch an improv scene that's going nowhere, and they know it's going nowhere, so they do it with more energy, but it
They
goes
get louder 'cause
worse
it's funnier.
places. Yeah.
Yeah.
And you just feel like shrinking into a corn cob and dying.
Feel
That's
bad for them.
yeah, that's the Three Stooges.
Wow.
Constantly for me.
Really?
Which one did you watch? I only like Disorder in the Court, and that
No, I watched Disorder in the Court. That was
Yeah.
the one. And
Okay,
then I started the one where they were firemen, I think. Where they were using a fire hose.
that's in Disorder in the Court. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there was one afterwards where they were in an apartment building.
Okay. Disorder in the Court, that's the only one I can stand, and that's just from nostalgia, and it's still like 6 out of 10.
And for me, like I
held up by
I felt
nostalgia still.
nauseated by how dumb it was.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It's only to like quote to my brother to be like, "You're in the court, not in the woods, Tarzan."
Yeah.
So this is totally it's pretty different from like the Three Stooges. But what about like Abbott and Costello, like another like old comedy troupe? Like
They use language, so like it's a
yeah,
whole
it's like
different ballpark.
wordplay and shit.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. It's different, but like in terms of, did they hold up in your guys' mind?
No.
I've seen clips. They seem fine. They don't seem insulting. is
Fair
what I'll
enough.
say.
Fair enough.
There's a lot of, and like people just have different preferences in terms of like rhythm and like what they find funny. Like like if you went back and showed them like Tim and Eric, they'd be like, "What the hell is this?" But there's Buster
Or, like-
Keaton that still makes me laugh. It's
Buster
1922.
Keaton.
You were raised on Keaton, though. It's a nostalgia factor. For you.
No, but I only
Diane
watched
Keaton?
no, Buster Keaton. I watched my first Buster Keaton when I
You're
was like
so proud of yourself.
when I was like 19. Like I said in school.
19. Wow.
Yeah, 19. I was drinking, watching Buster
You were
Keaton.
drinking at 19?
Yeah, I brought a beer to class.
Wow.
Hey, American listeners, eat your heart out. Don't they? Isn't like the drinking age 21 in the
Yeah,
States?
that's crazy.
Most states?
Yeah, but you can get
That's-
salvia at the convenience store.
That's so fucking.
Oh, you can't
that's
get salvia anywhere
stupid.
here.
Like, I'm watching.
That's bullshit.
Hey, Americans, do you want to, fund after-school arcade? Send us salvia in the mail.
You want to get a PO box so you can get it?
Yes.
I think
Selfie.
I'm an advocate for like raising the age of consent to 18, as long as you keep like the Romeo and Juliet laws, because people are gonna fuck in high school. But like, even then,
But like
I'm
marriage laws and shit like that, I think are still 16 for us.
Yeah, they should. In my opinion, they should be 18.
Yeah.
Like, if you're like 60 years old, don't touch anyone in high school. But like, I, who is like kind of stringent, maybe strict, I don't fucking know, think that the drinking age in the United States should be lowered from 21. Anyone who's gonna drink is definitely drinking before 21.
Yeah, they're
not gonna be
doing
like,
it.
oh, finally, I'm 21.
It just
actually
makes
heard
it
that
harder, basically.
Part of the reason because they lowered the drinking age in Canada from 21 to 19. For the listeners, everyone's making fun of how I talk with my hands. They lowered the drinking age from 21
You're
to
not,
19.
you're not. Hold on. They're just gonna see you doing like the bobbity boobity.
They're not going to see him doing anything.
Can you describe what I'm doing?
He's
He's doing the bobbity boopity.
He's pointing his fingers up in the air
Over
like
his
he's a rock star. Yeah, over his head. He's going like, fuck yeah! But like the things he's saying is like, you know what people don't consider about the French revisionism.
They lowered it from 21 to 19 in the 60s as like a semi
heard
like
about this, yeah.
anti-American it was fueled on anti-American sentiment because it's a fuck you saying if kids are old enough to die in Vietnam, they're old enough to drink.
What, they did this in the United States or in Canada?
In Canada.
Well, yeah, Canada is always like virtually always from I'd say its inception to now, its politics have been quite literally based on fuck America.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that in a petty way. I'm not saying that in a we're superior way. I'm saying that historically speaking, virtually every choice Canada has made has been in defiance of the United States.
Yeah, and it's really
What
it's
way?
Well, I don't
No,
know.
no, that is a historical fact.
I don't know if it's a defiance of the states or just going along with Britain.
no.
Wasn't Canada the only colony to ask for its independence?
I don't know if it's the only one.
They didn't
only
ask
one?
for their independence. That's like a gentler retelling of what happened.
They were let go.
You talking about the Statute of Westminster?
No? I'm not. What?
The thing that governed us like full independence and got us our constitution?
Oh, I thought it was just like a.
Oh, so you don't know history, but you're just guessing, huh?
There's more
Oh,
colonies.
he looked pissed.
All right.
There are
I have something else to do.
other
study.
colonies that ask politely.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Go on with your point.
I don't have any more points.
Mr. King, unlock my independence, please.
I'm sorry, Daryl.
Yeah, from my understanding of what Confederation was, it was like our forefathers were just like, hey, can we be our own country? And then Britain was like,
Yeah,
you got
there's. From my knowledge, the first act of like true independence for us was like, we want to sign a treaty about where we can fish for halibut. And Britain was like, we'd like to be there for when you sign things, because that's how we do things. And Canada was like, well, it's a treaty for fishing for halibut. It's halibut season. It'll take you a couple months to sail over here and sign it.
We haven't invented planes yet.
There's a fishing festival. It's tomorrow. And so like Britain was like, no, you gotta wait. And Canada was like, I'm gonna sign it anyway. And that's all right. And Britain was like, you shouldn't have done that, mate. And it was like, why? I don't know. Offended me, really. Nothing else came of it. It was great.
okay.
So Canada's first act of like actual independence before any constitution or like statute of Westminster was literally just like a halibut fishing treaty, and that's my favorite fucking trivia about
That's
Canada.
funny.
But yeah, you
Man, what a late
are
country.
correct. I'm being mean. You are correct, and I am correct. It's both been in like slight subservience to Britain until basically that period, but also Canada was really pissed about the way that USA declared its independence, snagged a lot of land, broke away from what became Canada. So, like, a lot of their politics, being the only other major country in the New World that wasn't Mexico, because, like, historically Mexico's been kind of, like, you know, overlooked or invaded. was basically fuck the United States. I hate them.
Yeah.
One of my, I don't know if I should say my favorite or my least favorite, like, Canadian, like, cultural things.
Yeah.
Is that everybody's like, oh, I hate America.
Everyone's like, oh!
That's all it is.
Everyone's
It's-
coming.
They say aw, and I don't like that.
So Canadian.
No, they're like,
Bump into
oh.
someone on the street, they go, ah!
They're like, oh, I hate Americans. They're so xenophobic. All of them are terrible. And it's just like, okay, that's kind of like...
Yeah, anyway, back to digging for dead kids underneath this residential school. Yeah.
America's so backwards.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Canada's pretty fucking xenophobic and bad, too.
Yeah.
It's
so weird to me. They're just, it's like...
Well, it's probably...
Growing up, that was like the culture of like the kids are being like, oh, we're so much better than America because they think they're better than everybody else.
Yeah, that's
and
why...
you only realize when you get older, you're like, wait.
Yeah, that's...
Oh, no!
That's why I say Canada politically and culturally was just founded upon fuck America. Anything that we can say that, like, we can say is, like, better than Americans, we will, because that is, like... And it's weird
We
that we have
want
a
it.
stereotype of, like,
we need
being
it.
polite, because that is literally, like, the raison d'etre, French, of fucking, like, of Canada in the first place.
Yeah.
It's weird. You had a question, like, a long time ago about Steve Martin, and we kind of blew past it. You were like, this is a question for everybody. It's like,
oh,
do
he's
you,
colder than
do
you.
you
Oh,
think that things can be timeless and timely at the same time? Or is it directly a function of how, like,
Bro, I don't
not
know.
of the time
if
you
it's
are?
subtle...
Yeah. Okay.
It's also could be like by timeless. Do you mean like it comes back in dirt certain things, or do you mean
In
it's
dirt.
always enduring?
in dirt.
It comes back in dirt.
Comes back in dirt.
Well, it's like
You
when
know
you
what?
plant
I'll
a
say-
tomato.
If it reflects themes that are going to be present throughout a lot of humanity, yeah. Because, like, you look at the speeches of Martin Luther King, and like, if you don't, not just, like, the fucking, like, I have a dream speech, but, like, the actual ones. The ones
whole
that,
word,
like, Americans want to forget. Oh, look,
Yeah.
more fuck America.
Yeah.
But, like, the ones where he talks about how, like, yeah, you will have to, like, pay restitution for fucking black people because they like got off on like the worse foot than the white people. You will have to. What's the word when you pay people for past misdeeds?
Reparations. Right?
Reparations. Thank you.
Reparations,
You
yeah.
will have to pay reparations.
Yeah.
And like every ever white Christian who's like, you know, I think fucking MLK would hate Black Lives Matter now. Wants to forget those speeches happened. Those were timeless and timely, I'd argue.
But are they like? I'm talking about like comedy though. I mean, we all know that
okay.
Martin Luther King was hilarious. But
I have a dream. Yeah, okay, buddy.
Yeah, okay, not mine.
I think the same point still applies where, like, if it's about things that people are struggling with over time or can relate to over time and things that don't expire like that.
like Gravity.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, if you make jokes about gravity, that's gonna uphold, you know?
Is that timely though?
It's timeless.
Actually, yeah. I've seen, what was that one play by Moliere? Oh, look, more French. He wrote it in like the 16 fucking hundreds, probably. Maybe the 1700s. All I know is that Thomas Jefferson was a huge fan of his plays. He wrote, I don't remember his name. I think it was Tartuffe. But like that was about like a jerk that was like in the underclass, tricking like an upperclassman. And like there was a fair amount of like Three Stooges nyuk stuff happening, but also like a genuine like fuck the rich sort of ethos, or fuck the oppressors, I guess. And a lot of comedy that works is fuck the oppressors, which is why right-wing comedy is usually not very good, because it's oppressors going, I hate being cancelled.
Well, yeah.
It's a lot of punching down.
It's quite interesting that like, well, because like modern day, a lot
It
of
has to
comedy
be, right?
is-
Because they're in power. Yeah.
modern day, a lot of comedy is like punching up, but like back in the day, a lot of comedy was punching down.
Because
Like you want to
punching
look
up
at
will
like
get you killed.
Exactly. Like you want to look at like classic Shakespeare stuff. It was like, oh, like look at this like tramp. Oh, like isn't he so funny? He's like a little jester. Like what a
Yeah.
goon.
I also,
and then
I also want to quantify what I just said there. I mean, like extreme right-wing comedy. I'm not one of those stooges that go like,
Oh, anything to the left of, or to the right of center is not funny ever.
I'm just saying
Yeah.
like anything that's like clearly from the oppressor class.
Yeah.
Like, sorry, if you're a diehard white nationalist, white supremacist, you're never going to be funny to anybody except other white nationalists.
But you could be ironically funny. Like Alex Jones' InfoWars, rest in peace, was hilarious.
Is
For
he
all the
dead?
wrong reasons.
Did he die?
No, Infowars is
Infowars is
because he
dead,
got
but-
sued out of his fucking ass.
Yeah, and he totally deserved it because he
Well,
wasn't.
of course he
doing that-
did. He said that dead kids didn't exist.
Yeah, because like he wasn't doing that ironically, but like from the outside, looks pretty fucking funny. Like
If you take, well, that's not doing
But
comedy
that's-
ironically. That's not taking someone at face value. That's like saying all of Cringe-topia is people doing ironic humor. These people are not, and you would know because you're, for all we know, the moderator of Cringe-topia.
I think it's a great subreddit. You know what's another great subreddit?
Oh my god.
R beans. Look it up, everybody.
Is that
when
the
you get
beans
home.
in the places they shouldn't be? Sure.
Yes,
Wait,
there are beans everywhere. It is fantastic. It
love
is,
that kind of
honestly, you
content.
need
Wait,
it.
just
You
a
need
minute.
it in your life.
Welcome back to Daryl's Reddit Corner. Daryl, what can you recommend for us today?
Yeah, give us 5 more Reddit channels that you find really cool. I've never been on Reddit a day in my life.
Okay, anti-work.
What?
What's
Yeah,
anti-work?
that's a good one.
Yeah, explain it a little bit.
Anti-work is about people who are like
Fed up with the system?
They quit their jobs via text or something, or their boss asks them to do something crazy on
So
their
many
Reddit
of
or
them are
whatever.
so
epic
fucking
worker
fake-looking.
wins.
Yeah, but I mean, it's
But
still.
it's a good narrative. It's a fun narrative.
The petting fish movement in China is quite good if you can get past the Great Firewall.
I saw one that was really fun where it was like I'm quitting, fuck you haven't paid me, and like the second text, it was obviously meant to be a fluke, but like, I am your boss and I am upset by this information, can I offer you some shitty like compensation to keep at this job? And the third was like, no thank you, as that is a shitty
There was
Just a format.
yeah.
one of the things because the
Yep.
Clear. All right, go.
Anti-work from the Chinese internet is quite good because they're getting like, obviously it's the CCP, so they can't just like quit. But
They work
they're
for it.
like, but one of the things that's really cool is that they're getting really good at doing anti-work, like fuck you boss stuff. Like
Passive aggressive shit?
yeah. Like for example, you have to. It's important to have water every 20 minutes, a sip of water. But if you
Do they have like timers for that? What do you mean it's important?
it's like it's a scientific
just-
fact.
just
you should
in
have some
general.
water every
Okay,
20
okay.
minutes. Now, you can leave it so that you have to go get that sip of water, and you can take 20 minutes to do that.
20 minutes for a sip of water.
Anyway, what other
It's like a Steve Martin bit.
what other Reddits do you like?
We're still on this, huh?
Oh
You're the one
yeah,
that said 5.
Yeah, I regret it.
I like architecture
Reddit.
porn.
Architecture
Whatever.
porn's good.
What? 2?
It's you know.
What too?
I already named beans. That's,
3.
That's
Beans.
my number one.
Yeah.
No, that was 3.
I'm really sad that they canceled our Watch People Die.
4.
Watch people. Is that what I think it is?
Yeah.
I think you brought this up
That's some like
Yeah,
dark
they used
web
to have
shit.
it. They used to have it. I remember seeing it in my high school and being changed forever.
Well, no shit. You watch a man die, that's gonna scar you.
Yeah.
I watched someone take a fucking headshot once, not in person, in a video, and like, I'm suddenly very grateful for video games for definitely not committing to realism. Because you hear like, oh, Mortal Kombat commits to realism. Watching someone get shot in the head is like genuinely traumatizing.
It's different. Yeah.
Because like
I've not done it, but like
they cease to look like a human. Like their head moves in a way you would not expect.
Yeah, it's the movement that
Like
is
picture,
fucked up.
picture,
Man, do I
shooting-
want a picture?
picture shooting a vase. Does the vase just have a clean hole through it and then fall over?
Oh no, it like explodes.
That's what a human head does when it gets shot.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I saw a few ISIS videos on that subreddit.
Yeah.
That's tough.
No
Maybe
shit.
it's good that they closed it down. You know what? That's good that kids can't look that up.
Anyway, that's
Another subreddit onto the same vein is and I'm not proud of this, but also
or
fight.
titty drop.
r/titty drop.
r/titty drop.
5.
I know about that.
No, it's also called fight porn. And
6.
it is
yeah.
people
I think
that
I'm
are-
less problematic. This one's what I'm talking about is just boobs. You're talking about like either people fighting and you enjoy it, people fighting on porn sets, which I suddenly really want to watch.
It'd be so funny if it's like a shaky camera, like, you get the fuck out of here. No, fuck you, man.
Yeah, maybe don't have your fucking feet there.
I was
Drew.
getting ready to fight.
Swinging dick. There's a swinging dick like, I'm leaving, I'm taking this with me.
sword fight.
They sword fight with their penises.
While really mad at each other. They whip out their cocks with pissed off expressions. What a time.
What's on it?
Wait, what's on Fight Porn?
Which one of those three options?
Yeah.
It's just people that get angry. And
No,
then
that's boring.
And then they fight each other.
Do that, see that at Starbucks.
It's people that get angry and then they fight each other. Is the anger necessary? Is it like a... It's like
Is it
rule
put
one
on,
of this
or is it-
subreddit. You need to get angry.
Yeah, you can't be level-headed and just fighting
Yeah.
for fun.
No, I will say though, like
It's
I think,
just bum fights.
I think no, it's everyday people.
And bum fights isn't everyday people.
Whoa, let's move on. Let's move on.
Whoa! Daryl, fuck the homeless D.
Bum fights are like capitalist idiots that are paying bums to fight each other.
Homeless people.
Oh, what? You called them bums? What?
I didn't call them bums. I said it's like bum fights. And to be honest, are you ready for this? I thought that bum fights was just regular people, and like the episode that I watched, or like the clips I watched, happened to be homeless people that they like. It did
Why
for,
would
like,
they
a
call
special.
it bum fights?
I honestly thought that it was like bum. Sorry, this- no, actually,
This is the gay fighting that we were talking about.
This is going to show my childish ignorance. So you know how sometimes on like the early internet, people would name things with inappropriate titles to make it look more taboo.
Right.
Yeah, just sort of like these butt guys over here are gonna make us an animation, like that sort of thing. Like I'm talking like
Early YouTube type
No,
stuff.
pre-YouTube.
Oh, pre-YouTube.
decidedly pre-YouTube, like Newgrounds, albino black
Oh,
sheep.
Newgrounds, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so like all that. Yeah, I thought bum fights was genuinely just sort of like, look at this bum as a logo, and there's fights on this program. We're so naughty.
So funny.
And it was just random people, like they would sometimes pay CEOs to fight each other, and I was like, wow, and they even paid homeless people too. Neat.
No, it's just exploitative.
That'd be
That's all it was.
that'd be so funny if you looked up bum fights, and it's like sketchy, like Nokia phone footage in like some Czech apartment of two guys like bumping butts.
I didn't think they fought with their butts. I just thought it was a naming convention.
Oh man, that explains why you were so excited about them.
I was so excited about butts. I mean, I am currently.
Yeah.
Yours is springing to mind. Yeah, oh, it's wiggling.
It's a wiggle one.
Another subreddit, Daryl.
We need 7.
We had 5.
This
You're
is the
fine.
podcast now. It's only subreddits that Daryl goes
I even
to.
gave you Titty Drop, and I don't go on Reddit. I don't even know if it's good.
I'll say, like, instead of fight porn, Justice Served is pretty nice.
What happens on our Justice Served?
7.
Oh, I don't like Our Justice Served.
You don't like Justice Served?
No.
It's like fighting, but or it's like somebody like getting what they like instant karma is like
It's
another one.
I don't like karma-based stuff. It's Schadenfreude. I don't like enjoying someone else's pain.
Oh. I get a whole lot of satisfaction from that.
All right, that's fair. Luckily, the viewers didn't hear what you just said because you mumbled it and you're the furthest away from the mic.
Okay, well we can cut that.
That one word?
Wait, hold on. What, Daryl, you enjoy other people's pain a lot? And that's why you like Cringe-topia and Justice Served and bum fights?
What?
And Titty Drop?
I like
No,
Titty Drop.
what? I didn't say I like
Wait,
that.
that's the one you draw the line at?
That's the problem here.
No, I don't like
I don't like breasts.
That's a great impression of Daryl. Can you make that the censor sound?
What?
Yeah, get a clear one.
Yeah.
What? Breasts? There you go.
Do you like?
I mean, I do
50-50?
have the 3 censor sounds that I had previously were like, bitch, fuck, and I'm pretty racist. All from Daryl.
I missed that last one.
The 2 that people used to show me that changed me forever are R Watch People Die and R 50-50.
8.
Have you guys been on R 50-50?
Drew learns to count to 10. Do you what?
Do you guys know
How dare you.
50-50?
I know the concept. I've seen Who
what it
Wants to Be a
means.
Millionaire.
Reddit 50/50. The subreddit 50/50 is either a fine picture or a picture of sex-related
I have seen
injuries.
that.
Right.
For example, a penis split in half, or really bad STDs, or a penis split in half.
Well, yeah, but most of the penis split in half things, it's just like a cake.
Now we have to go to all time.
You know, like they make cakes out of everything now. They just made a cake out of a.
There's a
penis
show
split.
about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cake Wars or
Is it
something
cake?
like that.
No, but it's bad. It's real.
It's
real.
no,
Or like
it's cake.
a porn
Oh, is it
or like a
like a-
porn star who like put all his weight into his penis while she was on top or something, and it
I
like
know it's
cracked in half.
Wait, hold on. Put all his weight
Never mind.
into his penis.
You got cock-blocked.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Paul, have you ever put all your weight into your penis?
Yes.
Okay. Can you explain that experience to me?
No.
No, you
Good
just,
enough for me.
if you knew it, you wouldn't have to ask.
Fair enough.
The idea of just like, no. Just like urgent no. Not even just no. It's just, no, I can't.
Ask me one question.
Put all your weight into your... Like, there are karate stances where you put all your weight into your core. I gotta imagine you can push it that little extra.
Yeah. Extend it down.
Yeah.
You tilt your hips.
You don't have to tilt the hips. It's not like you're emptying out water.
I'm a little teapot.
My blood needs to go somewhere.
Yeah, there's a thing. You know how the blood drains from your head when you like hang upside down? Is there a way you could hang where you definitely will get a
To your
boner?
head?
No, where you definitely will get a boner. Like it all goes into the dick.
Oh, maybe
Oh, like
if
you
you're
sort of like you a little bit?
Yeah.
if you lay down on like one of those massage tables and put your dick through the hole where your face is supposed to come through and just like let it hang.
Where your
a
face is
subgenre.
supposed to... That's a hygiene issue.
Yeah, that actually is a thing.
That's a lot of dick acne right there.
There's a milk... Well, hold on.
we need to go backwards
Okay,
a little bit.
there's a subgenre of porn in which it's called the milking table, where you actually do that, where you put your penis through the hole and they like jerk you off.
I feel like porn has evolved since I stopped watching it.
I've only seen the thumbnail, but because I'm not interested in not seeing the person.
All right, pull it up.
What?
No, not your dick.
That's what we meant. Where's the table here, huh, guys?
Weird, right?
I don't know.
Makes
I think
sense.
my phone's
So-
upstairs.
All right, whatever. This bit's not worth it.
Anyway, yeah, but it's a subgenre of pornography.
I like how-
pornographic images.
I like how Leslie, the only non-penis haver of this group, enthusiastically went, "Oh yeah, here's how you can hang if you want all the blood to flow to your
Well,
dick."
I'm
Oh,
just
I've already
thinking,
designed an apparatus, actually.
If you want your body to be higher than the dick, is that the only way to do it so that the blood could go to the lowest point?
I
That's
guess,
why
like
it
according to what he
happens-
was saying, yeah.
You're like the Da Vinci of hypothetical scenarios with penises.
Fun fact about Da Vinci and penises, which is weirdly relevant.
What?
Da Vinci was the first person to discover that the penis filled with blood and not air.
Well, that's strange.
That's really...
Wait, they thought it was like a balloon?
Yeah, they thought it was a balloon before that. It's so bizarre that you said Da Vinci of all people when Da Vinci was the person who discovered what we're debating here.
I saw some of his original drawings in a museum.
Museum.
Were there any with penises?
No, there were ones with fetuses, though.
Oh.
They cut open the fucking lady.
And found several fetuses.
Could you do that if you had to do that with a vagina? Would you have to hang?
Why are you getting more nasal?
If you had to do it with a vagina.
I'm thinking.
I was
all the blood's going to my brain.
I was thinking about this while I was coming. And,
If you had to do that with a vagina, of putting blood all the way through the vagina, would you have to hang like with your wrists and ankles up?
That's what I'm thinking. Like some
All
kind of,
the way.
Yeah,
like touching your
Does it normally
toes position,
stop halfway?
but yeah,
yeah, that's what I thought.
yeah. If
What do you
you
mean by
wanna-
all the way through the vagina? It doesn't stop. What? You were saying like, how do you get the blood all the way through the vagina? It doesn't just like hit a roadblock and go, all right, gents, back the way we came.
It starts to like turn white, like when you lose circulation in your wrist.
Yeah, like half the vagina is nice pink, but like there's a like clear line where like the other is like gray.
It starts to
It's
fade
dead.
away. Yeah.
The taint is dead.
The tape.
The taint is dead.
We are gathered here today to mourn the taint. Would anyone like to say a few words?
I would. The taint always kept poor company. He was always between the dick and the asshole.
Yeah.
Ah, those were the days. Those were the days.
What do you mean those were the days?
He's trying to be
What
a
happened to
character.
your taint?
Yeah, don't go so meta.
What happened to my taint?
No.
I pressed
Drew's
down
taint.
on
No.
it and I was good to go.
Drew's taint.
Drew's taint.
Drew's taint.
Drew's
taint.
Drew's taint.
Drew's taint. Go.
Yeah.
It was one thing when it was just suggested, but now that it's like an auditorium full of spectators,
Yeah, me. Could you please take Drew's taint? Stop bumping it. This is why we make fun of you.
I have a big taint.
Can we take Drew's taint, please, and just like copy it a couple of times? Add like
That's some echo.
Yeah, grand hall echo. Here it is.
Drew's taint.
Drew's taint.
Drew's taint.
Drew's taint.
Drew's taint.
Yeah, I like to believe they get quieter and quieter, and then a symphony begins.
It's like a procession.
Yeah, Mozart wrote about assholes.
Drew's taint.
I like Monty Python too. We're the nicest they need.
Speaking of things that are funny for life,
Yeah, go on.
Monty Python. I like that shit.
Yeah, I like when John Cleese complains about immigrants. That's funny.
I feel like I feel like Monty Python's gonna age poorly.
Probably.
Yeah.
Look, here's the thing about entertainment is I don't give a shit about what's good.
All right.
I just want to be entertained.
What's
or
good?
like thought-provoking stuff is cool too, but
What's good?
What's good?
like yeah, like the fucking was it Coca-Cola commercial? They're like, "What's up?"
That was
That's
a
not
Budweiser. That was
I like it.
Budweiser.
Budweiser.
Also, your example of a comedy sketch is a beer commercial.
Yeah, but what? No, hold on. I'll go to
It
bat for
gets
Drew for
used
that.
in a bunch of shit. There was
Yeah.
like the aliens and stuff, and they were all like, "What's up?"
Physical comedy and
whole
comedy
thing.
in general is very much alive in commercials. Like you think of the fucking
Which is sad.
if I say
Is it
the
sad?
Old Spice commercials.
Yeah, we all know what you're talking about.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I agree.
The good ones though,
Yeah.
like Terry Crews is fine, but his weren't as good.
His weren't as good. Like yeah, it goes fucking whatever that guy's name is. Isaiah.
Look at your girl, now back, or look at your man, now back to me.
That's
yeah,
it.
that guy.
That guy. And then Terry Crews, then Fabio, and then like random dudes going, man, I smell nice and girls want me.
Classic deodorant commercials that nobody liked anyway.
Also,
Yeah.
the fucking Isaiah guy. Did anyone notice? Did anyone else watch those commercials and be like, that guy's hard?
I like how you could have kept
He's-
going. Did anyone? If you kept interrupting him, like you did with the exact same cadence every time.
No, in those commercials, he has a big old swinging strong dick.
Awesome, dude.
okay,
Thanks
hold
for
on.
sharing with
But I'm
us.
like,
I need
how
more
did he put
more
this-
detail.
How did he
No,
put
no,
this?
okay.
Where's the
No,
dick?
see-
Where'd the dick come from?
No,
I need
see-
to find out.
What
What's
do
the
you
red
want?
dick?
Luke, see, this is what you don't understand. It's a cake, okay? It's just a cake.
It's always been a cake.
What?
Yeah, okay.
You weren't here. You weren't here.
You were a part of this particular conversation, but you know
What the fuck are you talking about?
they like
Every dick is a cake.
everything is.
And I'm hungry.
It's my birthday.
Yeah. Every dick is a cake, and it's my birthday. All right,
That'd be a
let's
good
see.
title.
De-airplane your phone. You have something to tweet.
As for the next like 5 minutes,
pound-
it's just like
pound- Yeah,
on the-
pound sign dicks.
Pound sign Mitt Romney.
Yeah, we don't want to miss those hashtags.
And then click on the hashtag because I want to know who else has been tweeting hashtag dicks.
So what was it? Every dick is a cake, and it's my birthday. Hashtag dicks.
Also, he's definitely.
Hashtag Happy Easter.
Also, I don't know. I don't know if. Yeah.
Actually, yeah. Expand upon this, assholes. What do you mean every fucking dick is a cake?
It's
Okay,
What,
so-
what do you
so-
mean?
so
what do you
the-
mean?
Do not act like it's a self-explanatory statement, you pervert.
You dick.
You pedophile.
Tastes like cake.
Everyone you disagree with a pedophile. Do it.
Classic Paul.
Okay, so to backpedal a little bit,
Yeah.
Luke was talking about 50-50, how sometimes it's a good picture, sometimes it's
Talk louder.
sometimes it's a
Jeez.
sometimes it's like a good picture, and sometimes it's like a dick split in half, and then it's like a lot of times it's not really an actual dick split in half.
It's a cake.
It's a cake. Like somebody makes a really realistic looking cake.
Like that Netflix baking show.
Oh, so you're talking about everything as cakes, but specifically with dicks.
Yeah, where you cake off.
You can't pretend like that was self-explanatory.
What do you mean?
Stupid idiot.
It would have been self-explanatory if you were paying attention to the conversation on the podcast.
You said this was a conversation that, like, happened before me.
No, it happened.
You were on your phone.
Yeah, you were doing something else.
Oh, yeah, I was looking up titty drop.
We were talking about dicks. You were looking at titties.
oh yeah, that's a thing. And then left.
Oh, you're actually tagging Mitt Romney, huh?
What was the rest?
That's the one that Paul tagged
dicks
a
are
little
cake.
while
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, that's good.
Right,
That's good.
fascinating.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, just Mitt You know
Yeah.
what? Tag his account.
Yeah, don't include the hashtag.
Tag his fucking account.
A little bit of behind the scenes for everybody.
That's harassment.
He's heard of dicks. He's Mormon.
All right, fine.
He's only had cakes.
I've heard of dicks. What does this voice sound like? That?
He sounds like a man. I don't know.
He sounds
What?
like a Mormon. And I always picture Mormons have like this old American buttery voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Our
kind of
friends,
like
the
that.
Democrats on the other side of the aisle, don't believe in dicks. That's how he says on the other side of the aisle. Like he talks like that.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
In a different world.
I follow him on Twitter because usually he introduces policies, and I'll say I'm gonna get clobbered probably by my fellow lefties. He's not the worst politician in the world. The policies he co-sponsors and introduces are things that genuinely help people. I have a bit of an issue with his rhetoric, but I think that a lot of people on the left blow him out of proportion in terms of how harmful he is to the state of things when he frequently agrees with, like, interestingly leftist figures in, like, the Senate when it comes to passing legislation and like stuff like that.
It's very strange that he's one of the most reasonable Republicans around.
I don't think it's strange. I think that, like, you will have, like, middle of the road people all the time, and, like, he's clearly a man of some principles. Like, you remember that time when in 2020 when Black Lives Matter fucking exploded on the scene and he marched, well, like the murder of George Floyd.
What?
What are you talking about?
What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about.
Go fuck
George
yourself.
Floyd.
Do you not know who George Floyd?
No, I know who George fucking Floyd is.
All right, just making sure. I don't know. You seemed.
I was at the protest.
Well, then why were you obtuse? What was it serving?
No, it was just funny.
Sweet, dude.
Just all the giggles aren't still.
So yeah, and Mitt Romney, to my knowledge, was the only, at the very least, the only Republican senator, but possibly the only senator to be, like, videographed fucking, like, marching in Black Lives Matter march, and, like, someone went up to him and just went, "Why are you doing this?" And he looked at them and just went, "'Cause Black Lives Matter," and kept walking. And, like, that's classy.
Yeah. That's a good look.
Yeah.
It's a good look.
Well, to be fair, his
fair.
dad George Romney was apparently also like one of the Republicans that also, like, sided with civil rights and stuff like that.
Oh, so it's like
he
in the
also shares a
family.
name with George Floyd, so that's important.
George Romney. I'm doing this because he reminded me of my dad. no other reason, really. Daryl, how was your Easter?
My Easter was okay. I would say
I mostly spent it looking at r/Cringe-a-pedia.
9.
no, that was already mentioned.
No, that was different.
Cringe-topia and
Cringe-topia, Cringe-pedia, Cringe-a-palooza.
10.
Cringe Town.
11.
Cringe
Okay,
City.
I don't want to hear anything.
Cringeopolis.
12. 13.
Put it on airplane mode.
Well, after I made that tweet, I got a thing at the top of our Twitter home feed that's like, add your birthday to your profile. Celebrate with big balloons on your profile on your big day.
Pass. That's how they
March.
data harvest.
What's that March day that you said you were going to kill the Prime Minister?
March 12th at 3:06 p.m.
The day I came
I thought it was
alive.
March 13th.
I thought it was March.
Check the
We can
tapes.
check because it's the episode title.
episode title, which is really handled.
Yeah, that'd be a good birthday
All right,
for
fine.
the Twitter.
I'll go away from Reddit after trying to sign into an account. Yes, thank you.
Daryl, why was it just okay?
No, it's not that it was bad or anything. It's just like I've realized that since I realized that since I no longer drive for Uber, like my tolerance for shit that happens on the road is so small.
Oh, like normally you're just like, it's part of the job, and now you're like, these fuckers.
Yeah. And so like I was going up somewhere to deliver a carpet. It was just to get the carpet cleaned, and and so I go into like this turn lane, and somebody's just fucking around, and so I start honking at them, and they go away. and there's this lady crossing the street at the same time, and like I'm just sort of.
Can I interrupt for a second?
Sure.
I'm sorry. We're
I
just
wasn't
gonna be
saying
giggling.
anything, it's
We're just
fine.
gonna be giggling nonetheless. I was trying to find Titty Drop with Leslie's phone, and the only link that I could find was some guy revealing
Saying-
his fucking stomach.
Giving r/titty drop a run for their money.
And
But...
it's just. All right, continue, Daryl. I'm
Well, actually,
listening.
it says a sit for their money.
Right.
See, if you were on Reddit, then this would not be a shock to you. This would just be normal.
We are on Reddit. This is where we found it.
But like
Yeah.
as a person.
Oh, as a
like,
person.
you know,
Right.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're
well,
like you're
yeah.
like you're like very shocked.
that was
because
on your
you-
culture.
You mean like it's a singularity?
I'm very sorry to interrupt you. We were giggling. Go on.
So where in the story did I lose you?
She was like walking across the road. She was like crossing the street or whatever, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you're delivering a carpet.
Yeah, I was delivering a carpet. And
What color was the carpet?
It was like a beige-ish white.
Did it
Oh,
match
that's
the
so boring.
drapes?
No, it's a standalone carpet.
Oh, my favorite game. I'm Super Marioing up in that. Notice the fist.
Yeah.
Look at it. Anyway, yeah.
So I was trying to turn, and this lady was in front of me, and so she walks, and I'm just about to complete the turn, and the lady turns around at me, and she gives me the old middle finger,
What?
and she like looks at me. It's like this older lady.
She like leaned into it?
She like leaned in like.
Okay. Did she do classic or did she do like Detroit style?
No, it was the full-on big digit.
Thumb out.
Okay.
And I was just like so mad. I was on my way home, and I did a U-turn, and I waited in traffic for 15 minutes so I could see that lady and be like, "Fuck you!"
Did you actually?
Yeah, and then I
you're
turned back
addictive.
around again, and I did that one more time, and I actually left her.
See,
Somebody comes in threes.
I don't know if I'm very similar to you or very dissimilar to you, because I had a thing recently. I moved. I'll talk about that afterwards, I guess. It's a wonderful place. You guys should come visit. It's much less heated than my last place in summer, I think you'll find.
Excellent. 'Cause it's going to be the summer.
Ooh, wow. Yeah, so I was in a sort of a welcome to the bigger city sort of feeling. I was driving, possibly I think for the first time, to the place, and there was a guy behind me and a guy in front of me. And it was just like a clear road, and there was like a little bit of an off ramp or like some place to go into a store, right? So I was going this way, and you know we're in Canada, so fucking like if you turn like right on the road, it's basically like, you know, just to go into a place. Like there was nothing else to the right of me. It was
Just going
a
into like a plaza or a driveway.
It was a single lane road, and the guy in front of me starts to slow down, and I see like, oh, okay, there's like a store plaza there, so he's probably going to go in there. So right, I slow down just a little bit, and he slows down even more, and I'm like, okay, maybe he's like a student driver or something like that. And he gets real slow, and I realize this dude has slowed down while on the off-ramp, like the fucking like road off that way. He's in front of it now. If someone else wanted to get in, he'd be blocking it, but he just pulled over to the, what I can generously call the side of the road. And I was like, oh, okay. I didn't give a shit about
No,
that.
go
'cause I
around
wasn't-
it,
Yeah,
yeah.
I went around it, but I was just going in. But the guy behind me was so pissed that
no.
like I didn't immediately swerve around him. He was like on the fucking horn, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry. And so I
trying
just
to figure out what he was doing.
yeah, exactly my response. And I just sort of kept driving. And no joke of a lie, 30 seconds to a full minute passes. Nothing else bad happens. We're not even at any red lights. Dude leans on his horn again and goes, boom! And like, it's out of nowhere, so I'm a little bit jumpy. So I look back and I just see like him mouthing, fuck you! With both fingers up. And like furious with
like
me or
ruined
something
his
like
day.
that. Yeah. And I was like, did I do something else wrong? And my guess was that he didn't like that I was going at the speed limit, I guess. So what I did
You
was
slow the fuck down.
I slowed the fuck down for the rest of it. And I went about 40, maybe even 30 at some points down the rest of the one-lane road. And eventually he had enough and went into like really damn close to oncoming traffic on the other road, the other one lane, and passed me. But yeah, that's what I do. I don't say fuck you back.
You just try to be.
I don't tell
inconvenient to
them, I show them.
A writer amongst writers.
What an improviser! But in Daryl's case, it was a.
I threw a pillow at him.
In Daryl's case, it was a pedestrian. How would you inconvenience them?
He could run her over.
Oh, okay,
easily.
yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's showing her for sure.
Okay, so break traffic laws.
Yeah. On your
I think you're breaking more than traffic
It's
laws
like
to
you're-
kill a
you're-
person.
Break
r
the
slash
laws.
justice served thing, right? That's,
Yeah,
that's the kind of
you're
the kind of
filming
video that
yourself
would be on there.
murdering this woman, going like, "She was mean to me." Top rated all time Reddit post.
Upvote that.
Yeah.
She deserves it.
You know what? If you post a video of you killing someone on Reddit, I will pledge you right here and now. I'll upvote it on Reddit.
Thanks, man.
You're welcome. I got your back.
Do you think that if you do that, like someone from the government just knocks on your door and is like, "Come on, man,
Downvote, man.
Try harder.
he murdered someone."
Could you imagine, like, hard cut to the FBI headquarters? It's like, we need our Reddit team on this stat. We need to set up Tor browser. We need to downvote this post so no one sees it.
Get the bots. Get the bots.
That's like the new fucking free market is like they're like,
It's
we
upvotes.
can't arrest him for saying something bad on the internet. We have to get it downvoted. We have to interact with the system.
There's farms in Brazil where stuff that's anonymously voted up or down.
Yeah.
There are farms in Brazil where I don't know why it's Brazil specifically. Maybe it's just like they have like
Law,
more access
something.
to.
Yeah.
Maybe, yeah.
No, it's all the Amazon forest that's gone.
Oh.
No, I don't think so.
What does that have to do with?
There's more room.
It's a
You said
bot
they're
farm.
farms.
It's a
Yeah,
bot
that's a bot farm. Okay, so there's more space.
There's
Duh.
more space for it.
Hello, am I the only one that gets it?
There's all this undeveloped land.
And just like wind marks on my face. Yeah, there are these bot farms where like you can just pay someone. It's like $100 for 1,000 upvotes on my piece of shit movie I made the other day.
Yeah, I think that was in
Yeah, there's click
Eastern
farms
Europe
all
as
over
well.
the fucking place.
Yeah, but mostly in Brazil, where they burn down Amazon rainforest to make
fuel the
clear,
clicks.
to fuel the clicks, to own the libs. Exactly.
The fuel is the wood.
From the Amazon rainforest.
endangered species.
What's one cause that you would stand up for?
What a loaded ass question.
I don't know. Using less gas.
One.
Using less gas.
Or expelling less gas.
2.
Shut up. No, that was one. Luke, go.
Orangutans.
Orangutans.
Just in general.
All right,
Just
Leslie.
the-
Orangutan!
Being nice to other people.
All right.
Is that a cause?
That's a cause.
I would
Is
say
it a cause?
Why
It's
would you stand up for
it's
that?
like
I
a
know, I'm
thing.
trying to choose an issue, but like anti-discrimination in general. Is
Yeah.
just, like,
Yeah,
my
that's
fucking
more
place.
Being nice to
specific,
other
yeah.
people is anti-discrimination.
Yeah, but
Harry
that's
Potter.
so vague.
Do you like
my God.
discriminating
Harry Potter.
people?
Nice fucking glasses, Harry Potter.
Also, is Harry Potter discriminate? Like, is the character Harry Potter discriminatory?
he
J.K.
wanted
Rowling
wanted
is.
to join the Aurors, which is basically the wizard police.
Do we
Which
know if they're
uphold-
abusive?
Hold on. Can I finish the sentence
Yeah,
which explains how they're abusive before you ask?
Right. I know they uphold a shitty system, but like,
Yes, well,
but I wanna,
they also
acts
created
and
this.
stuff.
Yeah, they uphold a shitty system. Yes, they're discriminatory based on that. Genius, brain genius. You're attacked. You instead of a scar on the front of your forehead, it's a hole revealing your lack of brain.
God damn.
That's a bullet hole. That's a 50-50 right there.
Call back.
No, it's
But
gotta
if
be
it's
like
a bullet hole, this entire head's going to be deformed. Another
Yeah,
callback.
that's true. Yeah.
But it's not deformed because it's a cake.
Call back a palooza. Yes, the auras are discriminatory.
Yes.
They uphold. Go figure.
ACAB.
Wizards over muggles.
a cab
Did they
through.
uphold wizards over muggles?
Also, there's literal statues in the fucking Ministry of Magic which show a wizard, a human wizard going ha ha, and a bunch of magical creatures going holding onto his robes, including
Yeah, that's fair.
an elf, which is, if you haven't forgotten, a slave. A slave
but
species.
they want to be slaves, according to J.K. Rowling.
Oh my god.
What a... You could have just said nothing. Why did you...
That's this whole podcast.
Also, they had Dobby, and you could have said nothing, period.
I'm not saying I think that.
No, we're not saying...
No, I'm not saying you.
We're not... We're...
Just because you have the glasses on. Here, give it to me. Give the glasses to me. Give it here, Malfoy. Hello. So they could.
Wow, what a great visual joke.
It's not a joke.
He's
I'm just
wearing
your
Drew's glasses. That's it.
That's it.
Yeah.
see
Oh,
without my
now the
glasses.
listener knows.
Actually, yeah. I'm
Oh, now he took off the glasses.
all right.
Oh my
your
God.
glasses, Daryl.
Sure.
Thank you.
They're
And
greasy.
I'm wearing Drew's
They're
glasses
greasy.
now.
I feel like most glasses are greasy, let's be honest.
No,
It's
you're,
just
you're fine.
living with glasses, they get greasy.
My name is Daryl Dean. I'm 14.
That's the shit.
Holy shit.
Give me some
All
of
right.
those.
Sure, you want to
Leslie.
I used to have one too.
My name is Leslie. I'm 13.
All right, that's the same joke. Come on.
I said 13 instead of 14.
Oh, it's true. It's different.
Thank you. That actually looks like it could fit on you. It looks like something
I
you
used
might
to
wear.
have glasses like these.
All right, that
Yeah.
explains it.
So your face grew to that
Anyway,
shape?
yeah. Why didn't J.K. Rowling just like have the Dobby thing, and even if she had slaves later on, just go like, yeah, that is shitty.
Yeah, no.
Why,
it was
why go like, no, it's okay. They want to. They want to be
system is
slaves.
correct.
Which is bad. And also, who cares if someone wants to be slaves? Taking advantage of slaves is also inherently immoral.
Yeah.
And then like.
And obviously there's examples of them not wanting to be slaves.
And then going
Yeah.
like, what about Dobby? Oh, Dobby was weird and doesn't reflect the voice of everyone. What the? Isn't that actually the argument about abolitionists in the 1770s? Luke, you're decent in history. Wasn't that the argument
don't
about
ask Daryl.
abolitionists? Like that slaves wanted to be slaves and abolitionists were the weird ones?
Yeah, it's a thing like that. That happens in history all the fucking time. Where you're like, you're actually not speaking for marginalized people. You're just speaking for your fucking selves.
Which is difficult because like
Sometimes that's true.
yeah, because Candace Owen exists.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's it?
Yeah.
When I hear about like J.K. Rowling doing that shit, I keep thinking of like the MySpace guy. And
Tom?
yeah.
MySpace Tom?
Yeah.
What did he do? What did he do?
Well, that's exactly it. Is he did
he's the
what
twin.
he
I know. It's just,
he did exactly what like people who make a lot of money in tech should do, or make a lot of money anywhere.
Fuck someone. Fuck your beautiful wife.
No, he just
That was
you look
really
so
aggressive.
intensely across me over it.
My
beautiful hot wife.
my primal brain went make a sex joke, and my refined brain went no, subvert it. So it was like, come alongside your beautiful, hot, consenting wife.
No, he did exactly what everyone who makes money should do. Is that just
Have a kid with your beautiful wife.
no? He just went away. He just took his money and fucked off, and that's exactly what you should do.
Why does this have to? Why did you think of MySpace Tom then?
Because J.K. Rowling could have just not said anything.
She could have just
She should have
fucked
just
off.
kept her
Yeah.
money and left.
But why specifically MySpace Tom? Like you,
Because he
you were like,
doesn't-
it reminds me of this exact person, and Daryl I even think went, yeah, him.
Because
No, wait, Leslie went.
I'm saying
I don't fucking know.
I'm saying MySpace Tom did what rich people should have done, and J.K. Rowling should have done. Elon Musk should have done. Just take your money and leave, dude. You won.
Well, first of all,
You won, man.
It's very clear
game
a lot
over,
of
man.
it's very clear a lot of rich people want power,
Yeah.
and they specifically like use power to, or use money to get power.
Yeah.
So of course you're not going to fuck off and leave. In fact, I'd argue it's almost more human to want power once you have money, and to walk off is the Dobby of fucking like rich people.
Tom
where,
from
like,
MySpace is a sociopath.
I didn't want to use the word, but that word came up in my head. Yeah.
No, I'm saying like you don't hear from him anymore.
I'm not going to say he's a
that's-
sociopath. But
That's what
I know
like
you're not,
about
'cause
him.
you're-
Yeah.
Like not
The
I don't
labels
mean,
thing,
I don't
but-
mean fuck off like he like takes a spaceship away and takes his money.
Yeah,
I mean
that's
like
what-
Oh, because
I-
that's what I thought he did.
That's what
no.
Jeff Bezos did.
I mean like I'm
he just
glad.
came back.
I mean like I'm
Forgot my keys.
I'm
we
glad,
thought we had him.
I'm glad he didn't make all that money
Can
in
you
his
imagine
like.
if he died in space?
There was a petition not to allow him back. I signed it.
Tom from MySpace
Who
sold
would
MySpace.
enforce that?
Yeah,
All right,
but
so
it's
what
what
were
Sold
you saying?
MySpace when it was
Hey,
on
Luke.
the dip. When
Yeah,
it was going down.
Luke, what were you trying to say?
Yeah,
The point you were trying to make. What was it?
Tell us
what the
exact-
point you were trying to make.
Yeah, no,
What
that's
was
the
the point?
hurry up.
Luke, come on.
Yeah,
Quick.
No,
Say more words.
Daryl pointed out that he sold MySpace, and I'm glad that I don't hear from him anymore. Like he's not like those
Did he
rich
have
people.
bad opinions?
Well, he has no opinions, and that's perfect.
Yeah.
He does have opinions. You just don't know about him because he's a regular person.
Good.
All fucking people are
Good.
regular people who have just fucking deluded themselves into thinking that people care about their opinions. It's just that some people think agree with those idiots. Like some people actually like care about what Musk or Bezos or J.K. Rowling or any billionaire, even fucking Warren Buffett billionaire says. Some people just care what they say. Some
I
people
like that
care.
that's his full name, like Warren Buffett billionaire.
Some people think that fucking George Soros cares. He doesn't. He sometimes goes like, I made an organization that saves tea leaves from the Congo. And people
Now that's
go like,
a movement I can get behind.
He's Jewish. Kill him. But we can't say that. So we'll say he controls half the world's money. What's weird is that... Okay, so you know how the whole everything comes back to George Soros thing, right?
Yeah,
sure.
He has like, at most... Like, I think it's somewhere between 1.5 and $15 billion.
That's a big difference.
Right. That's big range. Hold on.
Accounting
this
major.
is the beginning statement.
Okay,
Hear what I'm
because if
about
that's
to
the
say.
whole point,
Right.
then
So people say, like, he controls all of world communications based on that.
Yeah.
There is a guy worth $200 billion currently trying to buy Twitter. And they don't think the same thing about him. The second guy is not Jewish. What do you think is possibly
be
the
a little bit of a
underlying reason?
difference.
But he's
why-
African.
He's South African. Yeah, he's white and South African.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's got that apartheid money.
Oh, that's like double oppressed.
I've heard stories where like he has apartheid money and he doesn't have apartheid money. I'm going to be clear about this. I don't give a shit about like that sort of thing because it seems like until I make a deep dive, I won't know for sure. So strike that from the list. I'll just focus on the now. There's a dude worth $200 billion that changes the stock market with his tweets and
Oh my
is
God.
trying to buy one of probably the world's biggest social media right now.
Yeah.
Why are people caring about George Soros, who's like, I made a charity the other day that saves little brown kids from mean guns. Like, who cares about how bad this guy is? He's fine.
Yeah, and also like
He's also 90. Let him die in peace.
and also like fucking like why aren't they talking about like Jeff Bezos who like literally owns the Washington Post?
Yeah.
Like he bought one of
Buy the
the
newspaper.
he bought the newspaper and they're like George Soros controls the media.
Yeah.
Jeff Bezos literally does.
So
Yeah.
Ross Bagels.
Who owns the Washington Post? Who's possibly about to own fucking Twitter? Who's bald? Who's bald? Who's bald? You bald?
I'm not bald.
Are you bald?
It might be.
Ah! Get him!
I'm the oppressor.
Can you say that like again without him coughing? I just want to use it as a soundbite.
I'm the oppressor.
Thank you. And here it is 3 times in a row.
I'm the oppressor. I'm the oppressor.
I'm the oppressor.
Classic Daryl.
This has been fun. This has been After School Arcades Podcast Credit Zero. Don't forget that we do podcasts like this once a month, and we sometimes do stuff on our YouTube channel. There's probably a link to it below if you're on that. If not, just look up After School Arcade. After School, first word, arcade, the second word, on YouTube. It's going to be a fun time. We do cooking shows and shit like that. Is there anything else that I need to plug? We do improv. We're going to do
Hell
improv.
yeah, we do it,
Yeah,
bro.
quite
Yeah.
fairly soon.
Let's not say that. Let's just say we do improv and like commit to it.
Cut that.
Yeah. Cut that thing that I said that one time.
I was like, cut the whole thing. Cut the whole thing.
My name's Tweed.
My name's Dirt.
No.
My name is what?
I'm a...
Bye.